Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of October, including late September 2023. So Leo, we are in the sign of Libra, which is the element is air, of sword, well, the swords business. You are in your third house of communication, learning new things, neighbours. It's how you communicate to people. Siblings also come into the spotlight this month too. So, and remember, siblings and neighbours can be absolutely fabulous, but then on the other hand, they can really sort of kick you off at a deep level. So be aware of that. So the energy is Nine of Pentacles, very independent energy, getting things done, reaching your goals with the things you have to do, your learning, your study, whatever it is you're doing, whatever goals you want to achieve, you're nearly there. So really be thankful for that. You've put the work in, so it's time to sort of look at that and, you know, be a bit proud of yourself. Stop always, you know, Leos can be very much about the control factor, and it's like, well, every now and again you've just got to sit there and say, yeah, I'm doing really well. Look at what I've achieved. Especially October, we're nearly at the end of the lunar year for us, so it's time to sort of really look back upon achievements. Nine of Pentacles, very independent, well done energy all around. Where you are right now, King of Wands, travel, movement, going somewhere, coming back. So some of you may be indeed on the move with the King of Wands. King of Wands is really a great card because he's a leadership sort of person. This is sort of the higher end of the court cards, which are the kings, queens, etc. So it's almost like there is movement. You're obviously going somewhere. You're going to learn lots of things. You're going to impart knowledge on others as well. And once again, third house of communications. This is going to be really good for you. Very fiery. It's your energy, Wands. So if you are indeed traveling for work or going to a conference or something like that, this is going to be a very successful time for you. Also for others, it may mean someone's coming to visit you, someone who comes and goes. They're not a person. The King of Wands doesn't stay around very long. He comes, he sort of sprinkles his magic dust, and then before you know it, he's gone. So he's inspirational. Okay, what's crossing the King of Wands and the rest of the reading, the influencer? Four of Pentacles, let go rather than hanging on. This is very much the card of the miser sometimes, where we just hang on, and it's like nothing can move, everything's just stuck. Even with money, where you know may have money but you don't want to spend it, you'd rather just watch it grow. Every time this card comes up, the recommendation is to let go, really and truly. It's also a very spiritual card where we need to let go of stuff in order to let the flow happen. Often with the Four of Pentacles, the flow is sort of kinked off. There's no flow. It's just like stuck, and then it backlogs. It's like a blocked drain. You need to sort of remove the blockage, and the blockage, it is a blockage card. The blockage indeed can be you. Let's have a look at what was going on in August, September time, and still has resonance as we are now. Nine of Swords, wouldn't you guess? So this is the mind energy once again, Leo, getting in your head, fear for fear's sake, you know, plucking worries out of thin air and just ruminating and worrying things, you know, it's another sort of blockage card. It's the mind overtaking matter. You are Wands people, you like action, and this has just really been sitting in there like a pain in the neck because you've just been constantly referring back to your mind matter. So yeah, that needs to sort of more action. Leos, this is really not a good card for anybody, but for Leos it's like you like action, and when you can't have action, that's frustration. Then you're not sleeping properly, you're not doing anything, you're just worrying constantly. about everything that you can find to worry about. So that's still sitting there. So I would suggest get busy. If you can't, if you're blocked, go and do something physical to get your head, stop that mind running wild. Okay, recent influences, we have the Lovers, so big decisions to be made in relationships here. What's going to happen? The Lovers always brings up situations, not only of close relationships, but relationships where you know perhaps it is time to let go of those, to move on from it. It kind of gives you that permission too, because, and look, I know that words can be really easy to say. Things, especially relationships, are not easy to let go of at all, and we all know that. But then sometimes it's just trying. It's like a real, it's like a test. You've just got to let it happen in order to see where it goes. So big card, big work with the Lovers. So this is going to take a while. I'm guessing, Leos, to let go of. I'm thinking a few of you with this card. And just be kind to yourself and let it, just try and let it run and go as much as you can. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will. It's a process like anything. Okay, so let's see the lesson you'll be learning in this time. The Chariot. So movement coming in, very good, the Chariot, but the Chariot is also very much about emotional discipline. So being disciplined about where you're at with, especially because you've got this big relationship card here, and then this other major arcana Chariot here. It's like movement can happen, but only can happen with emotional discipline. So you have to, you know what that is for yourself, Leo. Like, you have to have control of these two horses that are pulling that chariot. Like, you have to have control of a car that you're driving. And if you don't, and if things aren't all in working order, you're going to have a breakdown. I mean, not a mental breakdown, but just a breakdown of the movement. So like a pit stop that's unnecessary, really. So you will move on, but only on the condition that emotionally you're disciplined. So that means, taking accountability as well. Okay, big cards, big work, Leo, but I think it's really positive, actually, especially in the third house, because it's all about how you communicate as well. Don't forget, that's the bottom line this 4 weeks. Near future, let's see. And we have Six of Swords. So we have a bit of a reprieve coming in, going from really chop waters, rough, horrible, hideous, choppy seas into nice, cruising, calm waters coming in. So things getting better, even travel. Travel is often the anecdote for, getting out of a rut or getting out of your routine to just see how the other half lives, rather than just sitting in your box and sitting in your stuff. Once you can sort of get out and travel, it kind of does change things. It's good as a holiday, even if it's for work or for whatever the purpose. So Six of Swords looks really promising. So know that this burden of the Nine of Swords is going to alleviate, but you need to sort of really take care of this 6 and 7 here, the big work cards, the big major arcana, in order to get to that place, Leo. It's not going to be an overnight thing. Okay, let's see what's happening that you're not realising, and this is the most key of positions in the whole 10-part reading. And yeah, a bit of exhaustion's creeping in there. You've taken on an awful lot, as usual. That's all right. You've spread yourself too thin, as usual. But the main element of the 10 of Wands, especially for Wands people, is the energy is flat. So that needs repumping or you need to go to the energy station and fill up. In order, you just need to sit back and go, okay, don't, just one thing at a time. Not everything all at once. Restore that energy, Leo. How others see you. Page of Wands, good news is on the horizon, so breakthrough coming too with the Page of Wands. Pages always bring new beginnings. Obviously, they're the children of the tarot, and they're also fresh new energy coming in. So immediately we go from no energy whatsoever to other people seeing you as, oh, they'll just get back on their feet automatically and just get on with the next thing. But you are wands people, you are action people, and that's what you do, and that's how people see you. So it's about you perceiving how others see you as well. You know what I mean, and I think you do. I know you do. Okay, let's see, positive feelings. Seven of Cups, oh, but you can't have everything all of the time. You can only have some of the things some of the time. Seven of Cups is like the illusion that we can have it all. We can have the fabulous relationship, we can have the big house, we can have the car, we can have the great job. No, it doesn't work like that. And when the Seven of Cups comes in, that's a real kick to remind you, no, sorry, you can't have it all at once. It's just some of the time. It's gradual. If you had it all the time, what would you be doing with yourself? So, very important card for you, and you know this. You know this. This is positive. We can only have things some of the time, not the illusion of, you know, the great Western illusion. You can have everything. We can't. And when we can't get it emotionally, we get angry, but there's no point. Because you wouldn't learn anything if you got everything all the time. Okay, let's see the outcome, Leo. And there you go, coming back down to earth, Queen of Pentacles, sitting on your throne, happy home card, feeling a lot better about your place in life, feeling stable, loving people, nurturing people, rather than, you know, just going, oh yeah, whatever. Those people are horrible, you know, those decisions are awful. You come to a nice place. The Queen of Pentacles, to me, is always the home queen. She's the woman that stays at home. She's the woman that sort of is always sort of welcoming, and there's always something cooking. There's always nurturing there at that house. It's very cozy and very welcoming, and that's where you come back. And it may indeed, this energy is also a woman that is sort of, maybe it's you, I feel. It's you coming back down to earth from all this energy that's been going every which way but loose recently, and feeling sort of very comfortable and stable where you are post this journey that you're going through in the next 4 weeks. Okay, time for the Oracle, the Wisdom of Avalon. I feel we're going to put, because it's such a positive ending and the future outcome, I'm going to put the Oracle card, the clarifier, on the lesson of the Chariot, just to see what's in there, what kind of emotional discipline you should be practicing at the moment, what's the sort of point, you know, what's the real point of it all, this why are you doing it? So let's have a look. Let's clarify the 7, the Chariot, the 7. Big card. Okay, let's have a look. The clarifier of the Chariot is the Horse. This is a good one. It's a helpful. The Horse is the helper. The Horse, accepting help from another, delegating authority. The Horse appears on your path to offer assistance. If you are asking a question about your life, the Horse says that you will indeed receive help from another to aid you on your quest. Too often, do you refuse help from others? Yes. Do you sometimes feel that although you give to others, no one helps you? Well, don't have to walk the whole way. You don't have to walk the whole way alone. You can get help. The Horse appears to remind you that assistance is for the asking. Sometimes you need to be carried to get to your destination. Trust that when the Horse appears, help is yours. Remember to ask for it, and also remember to accept it when it's offered. How amazing that comes on top of your 2 horses there. So asking for help. Thank you so much for listening, Leo. You have a great month.